I'm at 7. Are you someone who wants to save money for your children's future but doesn't know where to invest? Steph can tell you more.
Yes, good morning to you both. Lots of changes going on with savings for children. Morning everyone. Yes, from April the 6th, which is the start of the new financial year, parents will be able to transfer the money they have in child trust funds into junior ISA accounts. Now, child trust funds were launched 10 years ago as a way to encourage saving, but in 2010 the government scrapped them and launched another scheme called junior ISAs. But they wouldn't let savers swap the money between them, so 6 million people were stuck with child trust funds, which have often been criticised for poor returns. Now, just to compare, this time last year, the best available rate from a child trust fund was half that available from a junior ISA. Now, the situation has improved a bit, but today you still get a little more with an ISA. Well, with me now is independent financial advisor Yvonne Goodwin. Good morning to you, Yvonne.
Good morning.
So just explain the difference, apart from the rates, between child trust funds and junior ISAs.
Okay, well, child trust funds were introduced by the government, or the government at the time, to be able to give children a lump sum to receive when they were 18. They weren't very popular. There were a lot of strings attached to them and people didn't really engage with them, so the current government dissolved them and decided we'd have junior ISAs instead.
So do you think now many people will swap the money from one to the other?
Yeah, well, a number of people do have a child trust fund languishing in a drawer in a spare room somewhere, and what they need to do is bring it out, dust it off, find out what interest rate it's getting or where it's invested, and see if they would benefit from transferring it after the 6th of April, once the legislation goes through, because that's not certain yet.
And it's interesting because some of the children who will have had this from the beginning will now be hitting their kind of teenager, so it's not long before they'll get the money.
They will, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity to get them involved with saving, rather than the parent just look at things themselves and decide what to do. Get the children involved, get them doing some research, do it together, because the younger children start to save. Once they get to 18, they can convert their junior ISA to a grown-up ISA, and therefore they're probably more likely to save it, having watched how it's done over the past few years to get there.
And what are the other options in terms of investments for your children's future?
Well, there are a number of different things. National Savings have some children's bonus bonds. There's also some regular savings that some of the banks and building societies do that pay a good rate. And children, I think, if they get interested in this, they might say, well, if we're going to save a bit every month, we might save there, it might have a better interest rate, and then convert it to a junior ISA later on.
Yeah, so it's a bit of financial education as well as making a bit of money as well.
Definitely.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time, Yvonne. That's it for me for now.
Sure, lots of people will be interested to hear all that. Steph, thank you very much.